Hello, welcome to another hands-on with me, Christian Schiller. Every week I take a look at a cool piece of usually developer-ish focused software or tool that has taken my interest and I'd like to look into a bit more. I am here at 5 p.m. 1700 Central European Time. That's UTC +1 right now. And if you like what you see, you can find more about me at christianschiller.com. If it's your first time here, then subscribe, say hi, thumbs up, hello, etc., all the usual stuff. Seem to be not going out to LinkedIn today for some strange reason. Fix that another time. But let's press on for now. Today I am going to look at one of these very... There seems to be so many of them right now, to be honest with you. It's kind of knowledge management, note-taking, note organizing solutions. And this is actually strangely appropriate at the moment because I just finally had to cancel, well, it was cancelled from me because I hadn't done anything with it for so long, my Evernote account. Evernote I used to love, and then it just became a bit not that great, to be honest with you. And I've kind of split my note-taking out into like 3 different applications. That's probably saved fully for a discussion for another time, but there seem to be a lot of people making kind of note organizing apps right now. And the one I'm looking at today is Dendron. Dendron is one of these, I can't quite think of the word. I should know it, it's a German word. Zitzrin or Kitzrin or something. See if it's actually on their website or not. I'm not actually completely sure if that's the system they're following, but this kind of organization of notes and linking them together and things like that. I think it's something that's aimed very much at a kind of a developer audience for various reasons, which we'll come to in a minute. And it's available at dendron.so. So let's jump in and take a look at what it is. Okay, here we go. Dendron.so, knowledge management, redefined. That's a big promise. Lightning fast, maybe, we'll see. Open source, I think that is a given. Built to scale, we'll also see if that is true or not. It looks like it works in a text editor. I think this is VS Code. It's kind of slightly hard to tell from the image, but it looks like it. Flexible structure, consistently defined. Single source of truth. Schemas and templates are the missing type system for general knowledge. It's already sounding relatively complicated, but we're also wondering, I think the other problem with something like this would be that it's not going to be very syncable between devices if VS Code is kind of the management interface. Well, okay. Cache everything. Okay. Cache has a sort of slightly different meaning in my mind, but anyway, okay, fine. All right, notes that grow, daily journal. See, I look at this and then I see daily journal and that doesn't immediately jump out at me, but okay, fine. Notes that grow as needed, scratch notes, not knowledge base, okay. Not quite sure how these all connect. Okay, I think, oh, hello. And not quite sure what all these logos relate to. But anyway, developers like Dendron. So I think that is kind of confirming to what I was expected. 30,000 plus dendrologists from around the world that are growing the knowledge on Dendron. So it's a VS Code plugin, which does limit us slightly, I suppose. But let's give it a go. I have to think of something I want to knowledge manage, I guess. 21,406 installs, doesn't quite match 30,000, but okay. Fine, we'll just jump into this. And there's some instructions here to get started, which we'd like to have a look at in a minute. Wiki. Interesting. I wonder if it's made with Dendron. I would hope so, but it looks like it is down. I don't know if you can see right in the bottom of the screen. It says, it's kind of hard to see, but right down here, made with Dendron. So I guess we'll soon find out. I just zoomed the wrong window there. Too many zooms going on at once. There we go. Okay. So let's install it. I think I will just go straight into editor. Let's put that over there. Just check everything is visible. Yep. Cool. We will need to zoom in here in a minute, but let's get the extension first. For some reason, I am completely forgetting. There we go. Dendron. And it actually looks like there's other related extensions as well, but I think this is the main one. Install. Dum, da, dum, da, da. Has anyone used Dendron before? Just to hear. Get started. And I can see, I think it's hiding beneath my face at the moment. Maybe we'll move this up so you can see. It's always a bit fiddly. Oh, it's gone now anyway. There was a tracking message that popped up, but it was behind my thumbnail video, and now it's gone anyway. So oh well, okay. Get started. I get the impression that's gonna that opens up something slightly different. Interesting. Okay, oh, that's interesting. Not quite sure where to start with. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello, I'm getting all sorts of, okay, whoa. I'm getting all sorts of pop-ups. Skip that. Okay, why not? Okay, now I don't really know where to start. This looks like this is kind of telling me the same thing, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I have two screens of black here. Here we go. Whoa, I'm already a bit overwhelmed. Where are we? Let's close this down. I don't need the extensions there anymore. Okay. Oh, but it came back for some strange reason. Okay. Hello. Go away. Thank you. Right. This guide, I will zoom in. Hopefully that will work. Yeah. This guide will help you learn the basics of Dendron. You can also follow Getting Started guides on our website. I kind of like the idea of an integrated tool. At the end of the tutorial, you'll also see how Dendron can help you manage your knowledge with super fast lookup, flexible hierarchies, and powerful linking. If you close VS Code, you can always get back to this workspace. Okay, great. It takes about 10 minutes. Perfect. Install. Create your first workspace. I haven't really done that yet, but okay. Thanks for the encouragement. Complete the tutorial. So this is just that extension, so I guess I can close that. And we must be able to pop this out, can I? Pin. No. Doesn't look like I can. Okay. Complete the tutorial. So this is all this page. Okay. So command click. So it's just a preview. It's just a preview. Okay, great. Doesn't scroll with it though. The Dendron preview, not a Markdown preview, I guess. Okay. Let's do a brief overview on how to navigate. Tell you what, I might close this for now. It's a little distracting. There we go. That's big enough. We are familiar with VS Code. Well, I am anyway. Editor pane. Yep, this is kind of nice. Thank you very much. Dendron workspace 3. Is that unique to Dendron, or is that just the standard workspace? Don't exactly know how to get it back. Clicking on a note here will open it in the editor pane. Dendron work. It's just I think it's just a normal workspace. It's not a specifically Dendron workspace, I don't think. Okay, let's come back to that later. Or maybe we should leave it open, just to shrink it down a bit. Outline. In section 4, that's a normal outline. think, no, okay, doesn't like that. Observes there we go, just markdown outline. Calendar view, okay, interesting, that's quite cool. That, okay, my mouse just jumped for some reason. Calendar view, okay. Tree view, let's start shrinking some of these down. Oops. Tree view, oh. This is all, there we go, tree view down here. Is this hierarchical view of your notes similar to how a folder structure would appear in your file system? I cannot talk today. So, just, whoops, okay, that wasn't quite what I was expecting, but okay, that opens them up, okay. And in backlinks, which I assume other notes that link to this. It's kind of like the traditional internet. Wow, crazy. Okay, backlinks. Great, next steps. You've completed the navigation basics. You can go to the tutorial page and check off, or we'll just continue. Okay, taking notes. To create a note, use Command L to bring up Dendron's lookup. Okay. This is a shortcut for the Dendron lookup note command. Okay. When you do a lookup on a note that hasn't been created, Dendron will create it for you. Okay. Type recipes. All right. Recipes. Am I spelling it correctly? No. There we go. Okay. I do wish it wouldn't keep opening there. Oh no, what have I done now? Okay. Need the preview back. There we go. And what we actually want is the recipes. Do we want to open it? Lives in your file system, ported across any platform, which makes it very easy to import, export your notes and publish, etc., etc. So front matter, if you've ever used sort of static site generator or any kind of YAML, this will be somewhat familiar. Stores metadata against the note. I think all of these seem fairly familiar so far. IDs, titles, description, updated and created dates. Creating a hierarchy, a flexible hierarchy to help organize your notes. It's how people are able to manage tens of thousands of notes. Okay. Create a hierarchy, bring up, look again, type common recipes.vegetarian. Sure. I'm actually vegetarian. I should know how to spell it. So that is a separate. No, I've lost that again. Thank you. Now created your first hierarchy. Hierarchies in Dendron are created by having a dot delimiter in the file name. Take a look at the tree view. Yes, I see. Okay, cool. And I guess I could keep going sub. Yep. You can also see the workspace panel. The note is stored as recipes.vegetarian.md. It is. So we can do all sorts of levels. Right, I quite like this so far as a concept. Yes. And and yes, again, where is it? Yeah, so it's just the dot files here. Okay. You'll notice the tree view, there's now a plus sign next to Italian and desserts. Yes, in this view here. This note is a stub. A stub is a placeholder for a note that hasn't actually been created. Dendron uses stubs to avoid cluttering a file system with empty notes when creating hierarchies. Okay, so that means that Italian does not exist as a file. It's just the file name, the path, yeah, exactly, etc. We could create it, I suppose, and then it wouldn't be anymore. But yeah, makes sense. Okay. Following the recipes example, you can try creating other notes that might be relevant. For example, recipes.Chinese, not Italian Chinese appetizers, so it's a bit confusing. Shopping list hierarchies are flexible. You can create them whichever way works for you. and then I guess you change them to move them around. Find notes, we use the same lookup interface. Open lookup, fetch, and yes. And I guess if I was less specific, I would see all of them. Yeah. Fuzzy search. When combined with hierarchies, this fast lookup system enables you to find your notes very quickly, even if you have thousands of them. I mean, not necessarily going to test that right now, but yeah. Linking your notes. Okay. Dendron supports links between your notes, which can help you organically connect your thoughts and build up a powerful and personal knowledge graph. So, Josie needed to paint now. So, yep, this is familiar to kind of wiki-like syntax, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's actually quite cool though. Navigate. Oops, that is Copilot still the other way there. See a previous video. I'm still using it. I still kind of like it, but anyway. Navigate to the note in the link. You can just click it on it or Control and Enter, which is VS Code syntax. This is back to the previous note with the tab switching shortcut Control Tab on most systems. I actually didn't know that was a shortcut, but anyway. Backlinks. Take a look at the backlinks panel on the bottom left section of your sidebar. The backlinks panel shows you all the notes that have linked to the current note. I think we've got actually, oh no, here we go, yeah. Here, so that's at the bottom, and we saw that. Don't know if this, if we click it, it takes us back, yeah. And etc, etc. I think that makes sense. Explore your knowledge graphs. I think this is where things get interesting. To get a visual representation of your notes, use the Dendron show notes graph command. Probably. We've got a whole bunch of options here. It's going to open up in another. Okay, hang on. How's that looking? Just double check. Okay, good. This is the local note graph. Open a note in the workspace. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this is somewhat standard. What I'd almost like to be able to do is, I don't know, create notes from here, like a mind map. Oh, that just, okay, wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, hello. Now what? Oh, that's that's everything then. So that's all my notes. Local. Switch back to the local is just those ones, yeah. I can't do a tremendous amount with them. It's just a way to look at. Yeah. I don't know what this does. Volts. Connection. So this is just turning things on and off. Okay. Makes sense. Continue working to improve this feature. Okay, yeah, I would love, oops, sorry, there seems to be a dog here. To the ability to actually like create from here or something like that. And I wonder if it's also instantaneous. Let's see. So if we create another link here. Yeah, this is where Copilot is still getting in the way a bit sometimes. Okay. What's going on? Quite sure why that's not working this time. Odd. I don't know quite what's going on here. Dendron and GitHub Copilot are battling each other right now. So I just want to see. I think we can probably go for. Oh, there we go. That's better. Thank you. Finally. Right. If we like that. I guess we have to save. No, that didn't seem to be enough. Okay, I had to refresh to get that to work, as far as I can tell. Okay, fair enough. All right, rich formatting. Try out some additional features of links. Create a note directly from a link. Place your cursor inside this link to hit Control Enter. Well, that's quite cool. So we could say extras, Control Enter. Oh, that. Okay, this is really battling Copilot here. Oh, that's a, yeah, okay. Let me just disable that temporarily. They seem to be having some conflicting keyboard shortcuts as well, which is not helping. Oops. Yes, let's just turn that off for a second. Oh. So in theory, yes, there we go, that did work. And I'm already seeing a little bit of kind of delay from being JavaScript, so I don't know how fast this would be in the long run, but we'll see. Okay, let's get to the next step, number 5, rich formatting. I think this is, for anyone who's familiar with Markdown, this is going to be relatively familiar territory. Extended Markdown syntax, of course. Everyone has to create their own Markdown syntax. Formatting, bold, italic, strike through, copy and paste image. I'm not sure if that's specific to Dendron. I'm pretty sure that's VS Code. Oh no, seems to be a. Oh no, this is a VS Code feature. This is Dendron specific here. Have images, equations, that's good old LaTeX, diagrams. So diagrams, this has got Mermaid. I have also done a video on Mermaid in the past, so you can embed flowcharts within a flowchart of notes, which is where it gets kind of interesting. Yeah, so Mermaid sequence diagrams here. I wonder how linkable, I mean, in some respects, if you could link these into other notes, that gets kind of interesting. Also, you can link to a specific section of a different note and have the content inlined. That is interesting. That is join the community of, so that's this. We're even getting the preview here. I'm just trying to figure out the syntax here. Join the community of dendrologists. Is that local? Where's it coming from? Where is that actually coming from is what I'm wondering. Well, that's the title, tutorial. Oh, sorry, ignore me. It's in this file. It's taken from that section. And I guess that's, I could look it up to see. This is the, it's between those two, maybe? I don't know, it's hard. I wonder how the syntax works there. But that is quite cool. Next steps, conclude the tutorial. Okay. I've completed the Dendron tutorial. Okay, import your existing notes with pods. Sounds interesting. Let's just get the, sorry, a shock of white there. Let's get that open. Publish your notes to a website with a few clicks. That sounds interesting. Case studies and workflows and commands and then seed bank. Okay, that sounds intriguing. Let's go further. So we can check off. No, I can't. No. Okay. Won't let me check off. I'm sure it said to tell me to, but I can't. Okay. All right. So that is that for now. Let's have a look at some of these extras. The publishing thing is actually quite tempting, I must admit. So let's have a look. I'll just close this, pop that over there. Workflows, case studies, pods. That's it. Pods refers to a pod as any tool or location that is used to hold information. Tools like Evernote and Roam are pods. Social media services like Twitter and Facebook are pods. Import your notes from an existing location. This is interesting. I mean, it doesn't stay in sync though. It's not as useful as it could be. JSON, Markdown, Gitpod, custom, publish notes to dev.to. I'm slightly confused by what's what here. Because I also see, can I import Evernote then? Is that what it's saying? Tools like Evernote and Roam are pods, but can I import from Evernote? That's what I'm not entirely clear on from reading this. Don't know. I mean, you could just try. Export, import. Okay, import JSON, import Markdown, GitHub issues, import a Google Doc. Wow, I'm not quite sure how that worked. I don't know if you can see that down there, but it's telling me I need a source. Not quite sure how I could have done that. I think you have to have the page open, maybe? I don't exactly know how I can do that. Not. Is that what I did? Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Oh. Okay, it seems a little bit more involved than this document alludes to. I'm completely sure what I need to do there. I don't really have any I want to try, so we'll just leave that one alone for now. I think that's a little bit more complicated than it may initially appear to be, but okay. So it's possible to publish Dendron to any platform that can host static sites. So it just is going to make HTML. That's expected and fine. Assumes you have a GitHub repository. Instructions to push. Sure, but how do we? So we're just going to generate HTML, I suppose. And then build. Okay, so we just get some HTML and then we could do. So, am I not seeing it? Dendron site build. I'm not seeing that. Maybe because I'm. No? Okay. Maybe we do need to create that file. I was kind of hoping I could get away without it, but maybe I do. So I guess maybe it does need a Git repository. So I'm not sure where we are right now. So we're in a, okay. All right, so let's just do Git init. Oops, all sorts of things just changed then. Fine, we don't worry about that right now. Configure your notes for publication. You have to tweak a few settings, okay. Dendron configure YAML. All right, I see something like the following. Make the following under site. Site, so I've got a title. I mean, do I have to put a URL? I guess I don't really right now. Site build. Still not seeing it. What am I missing? Unless I do need a URL. Oh, that's actually the journal, something we didn't look at yet. Hook, initialize the workspace, a couple of notes, there's a lot here. Publish. Sign in, sign up. I'm not seeing build. Okay, let's just add a URL just in case that's what it wants. So we need both of those. Let's just, it's fine. I'm not actually going to publish this right now. So, there we go. Let's have another try. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Does it actually need a branch? Do I actually need to create a remote? I mean, maybe I just want to copy and paste it. Maybe I could use Netlify or something like that just to drag it. So I'm not sure what we're missing here. Publish your notes. Not quite sure why it's not working. That is actually would be quite useful. Contribute, convert a link, task, note, delete, note, dump state, export. That one I was looking at a second ago. Move header, publish, dev. Not quite sure if that's what we want, but we can give it a go. Install dependencies from package.json. Okay, I don't think that's what I want. So, still seem to have triggered a build process. I'm not sure what we're missing, which is a shame, because that is kind of one of the things I would have really liked to have tried. And there's also a Dendron CLI. Okay. Could try that. It's not completely what I was hoping for, but okay. Fine. I think you can see that. That's good. No, just a little bit behind my big old head. Sometimes moving these windows around. Doing something. Do I need this too? Oh, 11T, so that's the static site generator, I think, actually. So that's interesting, if that is what it is. How are we doing for... I don't know why npm installs take so long every time I'm doing streams. It also concerns me to see there must be a lot of dependencies needed. Oh, and then it just came to life. Okay, let's also do this one. Oh, it's still going. Wow, there's a lot being installed here. This is definitely some kind of entire static site coming in, which is fine. This is just the CLI right now. I thought the next step was, whoa, hello, what's going on? Okay. And now we'll do that. I wish I could stop that. I can't seem to. Okay. And now, let's just clear. Dendron, okay, that doesn't look good. I probably need to reload the terminal. No, that doesn't seem to have worked. Probably because that is local, I think. So that should really be installed globally, I guess. Let's see. Node. Now I'm not sure what it's going to be. Now. now having a bit of a guess about what this could be. Bin? Yeah. I'm going to have to change into there. I would like to follow this through. This is unfortunately a standard kind of thing I find with a lot of open source projects, is that you get to a certain point and then things get a little, oops. Dendron CLI. Maybe, hopefully. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting very deep here and not getting anywhere. It's kind of a shame. Let's go one more level and see if that's what we want. Bin? Yes. Wow. I've gone very deep here. No, something hasn't really gone according to plan there, has it? I don't know what's broken there. It's a shame. That would have been good to try that. No. Doesn't seem to work. Do one last reinstall there maybe. And we're getting errors now. Well, that's a shame. I would have liked to have really tried either of those, and neither of them seem to be working, which is a shame. Not quite sure why. I can't see why I need to enable them to get that to work. I don't know if there's another command we're missing, but I'm not seeing anything here. Publish, configure, import, show preview is obviously fine, but no, contribute, convert, link. No, doctor, we could just run doctor. Okay, that's not quite what I'm looking for, but it's interesting. Case studies, okay, not too much there. Workflows, okay. Bullet journaling, actually I want to get into the date aspect. That's actually something I do want to get into. Commands. Let's just have a look at that date thing. That actually is something I would like to look at. I have been getting into journaling recently. I will admit that I like to do it on my iPad, but still, daily journal note. So that just adds it there. I mean, I assume that anything we've added should be visible somehow. Although I was kind of hoping I would see like a little kind of preview. What's the date? 29th. Quite sure. Well, that's just creating new entries. Okay. It's not quite what I was hoping for. Just creating new entries for me. I was sort of hoping I would see them there, but okay. Yeah, we saw that here. Copy a note link. I think that's fairly obvious. Copy a note reference. I think that's fairly obvious. Inserting notes. Yeah, I think I get the idea. Seed bank, open database of workspaces. I think we got that too. So, I mean, one of the main limitations of this, bizarrely, is you need VS Code. I mean, that's okay with me. VS Code is something I use quite a lot, but I must admit I tend to like to split my notes between multiple devices, and that is obviously not really possible with Dendron unless I am missing something. I understand why they've done it. They kind of leverage a lot of other tooling by doing that. But it is a slight limitation. I'm also, from seeing the date here and a few other things, I'm getting a sneaking suspicion it's not so actively maintained. Let's see. Oh no, 2 days ago. Yeah, maybe. Okay. No, it is actively maintained still, or reasonably. And there's contributors. Okay, no, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. There's a few gaps in the docs there and things like that, which would be super nice to to fill. Yeah. Would I use it? I might use it for organizing things. If I could get that publishing thing to work, that would be really cool. I've kind of wanted to get back into the habit of publishing like a daily journal again, about things I did and stuff like that. Publishing, a bit like LiveJournal used to be. And that was also one of the reasons I looked at Ghost a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, without that publishing link, we can get that to work. That's not quite what I was looking for. I do like these kind of aspects as well. That's nice to be able to reference things and things like that. Oh, that's what I was trying to remember right at the beginning. This Zettelkasten, Roam, Parry, these are all kind of other existing tools in this space. This schemas is something, I think that's what we saw. Getting more notes card to keep track of it all. So this is kind of a way to then, organizing your notes. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense to people who've probably worked in academic circles and things like that. And you can define what those would be in individual places as well to sort of filter searches. Yeah, that makes sort of sense. Oh, they're actually hiring, I think. It's hard to tell. Oh no, this was from July, so maybe not sure. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a few things I would probably look for before I used it actively, but compared to some of the other kind of open source note-taking tools, I like it because it's not another Electron application. It's in VS Code, which at least is an Electron application I already use, as opposed to a whole other one. So that's a positive. I feel like there's things happening behind the scenes that are maybe not, like I don't quite understand what all these logos are here for. Feels a little lacking in some connection right now, ironically, considering that's kind of what it's about. But I'm not sure. I think it's one of those things. I mean, I'm intrigued to maybe play with a bit more, especially as it's, okay, there's no real blog either, especially as I am kind of in VS Code quite a lot of the time. So, yeah. I don't know. Thoughts? I'm not sure. It's interesting. I wonder if there's a way I could like add it on top of existing Markdown-based repositories already, like my Jekyll website or something like that. I don't know how useful that is. But then of course you can hide and show YAML front matter and things like that to for being published or for being managed and that kind of thing. So there's some interesting things there. Maybe like Copilot, I'll keep it around and see where it may present itself, because I'm in VS Code quite a lot. So yeah. Anyway, that was Dendron. If it interests you, then take a look at dendron.so and let me know what you think. How do you get on with it? Do you have a use case? Are you using it? Always good to know. Let me know in the comments. I will be back next week for another actual rerun video. A couple of months ago, I looked at obs.ninja. They have rebranded to video.ninja, and I'm going to give that another go. So this is another open source tool for kind of getting video sources into OBS, which is what I'm using right now, actually. So expect me to get a live guest in there like I did last time and seeing how easy that is to use. So that will be back on the channel. You can find more details at christianschiller.com or wherever else you are watching at 5 p.m. UTC plus 1, 1700 UTC plus 1, Monday next week. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, please leave a comment, please give me a thumbs up, and apart from that, I'll see you again next week. Thank you very much for joining me.